Hello and welcome to the Basketball England YouTube channel. We're here, we're live at the National Basketball Performance Centre. My name's Isha and I'm going to introduce you to the game today. This morning we already saw the D2 Women's Final. We saw Barking Abbey take down the East London Phoenix. Next up, tip is at 5 o'clock and we've got the Oaklands Wolves facing the Gloucester City Kings. If you can't stay tuned to the live stream, make sure you follow along on our socials at B-Ball England, X, Facebook, Instagram, also TikTok. And we're in store for a really good game. Earlier on, I spoke to both coaches. We're going to catch up with them. Then taking you through the game is John Hobbs, Louis Weaver. It's going to be a really good game. So, Coach, we're here. Final stop of the season, D2 playoff finals. How does it feel to be at this stage?
Yeah, fantastic. Like, little bit of an added bonus for us. You know, winning the league was really key for us. So when we came into the playoffs, we wanted to enjoy it and test ourselves against the best. And this is what we got today.
Yeah, so obviously Oakland's not in your pool. You haven't faced them yet this season. So what's the preparation been like considering that?
Yeah, just watching a lot of tape and getting a vibe. You know Coach Jefferson really well, what his style's like and things like that. So a little bit of guesswork sometimes to see what happens. And, you know, when you come into a finals, people change slightly and we'll be adding tweaks, they'll be adding tweaks. So do the best you can and just enjoy the atmosphere. Yeah,
so what do you think is going to be the key to your team to get the victory today?
Well, I think, as always, we talked about in the change rooms, our rhythm, we call it the King's rhythm. Like, when we hit that rhythm and our stride, we're really dangerous. There are times where we let that break down a little bit, whether that's a slight lack of focus or maybe not looking after the basketball enough. I think if we find our rhythm, we'll be really dangerous.
Yeah, thanks for speaking to me today, Coach. Hopefully you find that King's rhythm today, and I hope all goes well.
Thanks so much. Appreciate you.
So, Coach, we're here at the final stop of the season, D2 playoff finals. How does it feel to be here right now?
Thrilled to be here. You know, this is a new group for us at Oaklands. We brought a lot of new faces in this year, and we set some real ambitious targets at the very start of the year. Being one of those last two teams standing and competing for silverware was one of those goals, and now we'd love to go that one step further and try and take home a playoff championship all the way back to St. Albans.
Yeah, so I mean, in the league, you performed pretty well. I mean, you went 18-0. Didn't face these guys, though. So how's the preparation been, considering you haven't played up against them before?
Yeah, we've had a bit of a disrupted playoffs, to be honest with you. We've had one game in 5 weeks, and that was against Sussex Storm in the semi-final. But 2 great weeks of practice since, and we've really been able to focus on some of the things that Gloucester do really well. And I think coming into it, we're confident in our preparation. I think we'll be able to put on a good show.
Yeah, so you also have some younger guys out there as well. So how important is it for them to play in a game like this?
It's massively important, you know, and us being a club that has an EABL academy, we want to make sure that we're always providing opportunities for our academy players to be able to perform on the highest stage. And we have 4 of them that are suiting up with us today, and at least a couple will definitely see the floor in meaningful minutes. And I think that's great for them because it exposes them to that next higher level, and also the caliber of teammates that they play with as well. So, yeah, real positive for us and our program. And hopefully those guys can step in and help us to take home a championship.
Yeah, hopefully they go out there and perform really well today. So final question before I let you go. What do you think the key thing is for you guys out there today to kind of overcome the Gloucester?
I think if you were to ask any of the other coaches in our league, we play at a really high tempo. And I think that's going to be one of the keys for us today, is how much can we get out in transition and play on the break and really push the ball, searching for easy scores at the rim and the three-point line. And if we can do that, I think we'll cause some problems for them.
Yeah, all right. Thanks for taking the time to speak to me today, Coach. I hope all goes on the game. And yeah, thank you.
Appreciate it.
Hello everyone, welcome to the National Basketball Performance Centre here in Manchester. It's the NBL Division 2 playoff final between the Oaklands Wolves and the Gloucester City Kings. 2 teams unbeaten in Division 2 this season. 1 record will topple here on the final hurdle. Good afternoon everyone, John Hobbs alongside Louis Weaver for this playoff final. We thank you so very much for joining us on the Basketball England YouTube channel. And Louis, 2 teams that, as said, flawless this season, coming through the playoffs unscathed, and the 2 coaches that have been here on this stage before in Jay Marriott and Liam Jefferson. What are you looking for in this contest today?
Yeah, I'm looking for a team to start early and to start quick. You know, with finals, it's getting yourself into the game as quickly as possible. If you hang on and wait too long, you know, you're putting yourself at risk. So a good, clean start from both teams.
Of course, we witnessed Barking Abbey lift the WNBL Division 2 playoff crown earlier on today, and this game bringing to a close day one of what has been a really exciting national finals weekend. Let's have a look at the rosters, starting with the Gloucester City Kings. As mentioned, Jay Marriott leading his team to a perfect 18-0 season. Carl Teasdale will certainly be one to watch, an absolutely incredible, talented, of course, Pool C Division 2 Player of the Year.
Yeah, no, great score of a ball. You're looking to carry that perfect season into this last game here and come out with a win.
And if we head over to the Oaklands Wolves, a team littered with talent, leading by example. Reese Pinnock and Kane Daly. Reese Pinnock, of course, the Pool B Division 2 Wilson Player of the Year. And he'll be, as you said earlier, he'll be looking to get off hot very early today.
Definitely, this is a game he's probably played a lot before. Played a lot of finals over his career. Now playing with the Oakland Wolves, it'll be a big game for him and his team.
Oakland Wolves edging past the Sussex Bears, a 78-74 in their semi-final. And it was likewise for the Gloucester City Kings, edging past the Tees Valley Mohawks 77-75. So both teams encountering significant challenges in their semi-finals. Liam Jefferson telling me earlier that that game against the Bears was, without question, the Wolves' toughest test of the season. On the flip side, Jay Marriott admitting that his team showed great character getting past the Tees Valley Mohawks in the semi-finals. It's going to be a really intriguing battle between these two teams as we have a look at our three officials today: Daniel Cox, Steve Stredwick and Ben Hutchinson taking charge of this Division 2 final. But it's going to be an intriguing battle between two teams that have kind of different playing styles in a sense, but for Jay Marriott, it's about pushing the tempo and trying to really take Oaklands out of their rhythm early on, isn't it?
Exactly, you need to limit the scoring. You need good shot selection down the other end and stop and put in the basket at the other end.
And on the flip side, you've got Liam Jefferson, of course, leading this Oaklands Wolves team. A really exciting side that's, have transformed. Liam Jefferson has transformed this men's team, and they're on really great, big, better things at the moment, aren't they?
Yes, I'd have to agree. The whole program as well, the whole junior program, the ABL teams. The Oakland Wolves has grown massively over the last few years, and a lot of that is the credit of Liam Jefferson.
Of course, as mentioned, we had the WNBL Division 2 final earlier on. Barking Abbey getting the win over the East London Phoenix. And then tomorrow it is the turn of Division 1 as the London Cavaliers and Anglia Ruskin University do battle in the WNBL Division 1 final, and then it all comes to a head when the Solent Kestrels meet the Worcester Wolves in the NBL Division 1 final. And it promises to be an exciting Sunday, doesn't it? And certainly one that we're looking forward to, with two games that really are promising to be absolutely, cracking contests.
Definitely so. It's a big finals tomorrow as well.
Get our starting fives for the two teams, starting with the Oaklands Wolves. Deji Edekunle, Reese Pinnock, Matthew Dizu, Ashley Kitchen and Kane Daly will be the starting fives for the Wolves as both teams head to the benches. And starting for the Gloucester City Kings, Carl Teasdale, Frank Musto, Roosevelt Davis, Reese Farrell and Kakoa McCardle. Well, started off for the Kings. There is Frank Musto, a standout in this Gloucester City Kings Academy program. Of course, this team was only formed in 2021, and certainly a franchise that has made tremendous inroads, and that just comes from the passion from basketball that Jay Marriott has. Of course, Jay Marriott, a very accomplished career, predominantly with the Plymouth Raiders, and now, you know, founding the Gloucester City Kings, and of course before that the women's team as well, the Gloucester City Queens, who played in the old WBBL, now the SLB women. So, you know, they've made incredible strides, haven't they, in the last 5.5 years that they have been going as a franchise.
Yeah, it's definitely a franchise with a lot of aspirations, you know, and as you said there, being such a new franchise and being their first cup final, you know, it shows how hard Jay Marriott and the team have worked to get here.
Liam Jefferson there in your picture. NBL Division 2 Pool B Coach of the Year, and on the flip side, Jay Marriott, the Pool C Coach of the Year. So not just a battle on the court, but a battle of wits on the sidelines as well. The two tacticians looking to steer their team to glory here today in the Northwest. As we look at the National Basketball Performance Centre here in Manchester, the site of the 2026 NBL Playoff Finals weekend.
And now let me hear you make some noise if you're supporting the Oaklands Wolves.
There's an Oaklands Wolves fan, kind of enthusiastic, I guess. Maybe just too focused on tip-off and making sure his team get off to a good start, I guess. As we bring a close to day one of what has been an exciting day thus far here in Bellevue. Starting fives once again: Deji Adekunle, Reese Pinnock, Matthew Dizu, Ashley Kitchen, and Kane Daly. For the Oaklands Wolves, Carl Teasdale, Frank Musto, Roosevelt Davis, Reese Farrell, and Kakoa McArdle. For the Gloucester City Kings, the Kings in, we could say, royal yellow. I'm not sure if that's an actual colour, but royal yellow is what we'll go for, just for the heck of it. And the Oaklands Wolves coming onto the floor in black.
Don't forget to tell your friends and family to tune in live on NBL England YouTube channel.
Of course, we welcome you to the Basketball England YouTube channel. Thank you so very, very much for joining us here this afternoon, wherever you are. There is obviously interest from former clubs with their players playing here today. Most specifically, of course, the Reading Rockets, who have two former players on the starting five today for the Oaklands Wolves, in Ashley Kitchen and Reese Pinnock, and of course Matthew Dizu, a former Hemel Storm and Essex Rebels player. As we get underway here, and it's already a scrap for the ball. And we'll get a jump possession right away. Maybe a sign of things to come in this contest. It'll be an Oaklands possession to start us off. And here is Pinnock. Daly, of course, 30 points in the semi-final against the Storm. As Dizu in and out with the three. Adekunle there on the follow. And the Wolves off and running. The veteran, Deji Adekunle, nearly a decade of experience in the national leagues. Davis. McArdle. McArdle onto the hook, gets the friendly drop. Adekunle to Pinnock. Pinnock lobs it, but it's deflected. Daly comes up with it. 9 to shoot for the Oaklands Wolves. Dizu looking to create some separation instead. Goes to the spin. Doesn't get that to fall, and Reese Pinnock gets the offensive board, and the Wolves can reset. There is Daly at the top. And that's off, and it's rebounded by Farrell. Now straight away the lane, and Frank Musto with the bunnies. Here is Pinnock. Pinnock going to the basket. That's off the back iron and rebounded by Davis. Quick start to this contest thus far. And the steal, as Ashley Kitchen comes up with it. Daly, Kitchen gets it back, and Kitchen strings a three.
As you said there, it's a bit of a non-stop game here, back and forth.
You can barely get a word in at the moment, can't you? There is Teasdale. And that ball goes out of bounds.
Gloucester needs to settle down here, get a good set, get a good look. Negate this running game of Oaklands.
Teasdale with 8 on the shot clock. Going inside, ball is loose, it comes up in the hands of the Wolves. And here is Daly. Daly puts in a three. And right now, the Oaklands Wolves out to a fast start. Here is Davis. Inside to McCardle. McCardle against Adekunle, and McCardle with the finish off the window.
Yeah, fantastic footwork there. Patience in the key.
Dizu. Daly, no hesitation, puts in another three. 2 quick triples for Kane Daly.
Bit of a three-point barrage here. Gloucester needs to defend the three-point line.
11-6 in favour of Oaklands, who are out to a fast start. And right now, the Gloucester City Kings only have a couple of field goals to their name. They are a perfect 3 for 3. And there's one right there, and a foul, as Reese Farrell knocks down the triple, and you can give him a bonus.
Yeah, fantastic play there. And he's rewarded the three-pointer and the foul shot from the line. Slows down the game for the Kings.
Reese Farrell had 16 points in the semi-final win against the Mohawks. And right now, Gloucester City Kings a perfect 4 of 4 from the field to start, but they still trail by 1. In fact, trail 11-6. As the ball is loose, and it will go out of bounds. And Oaklands will get it back. But right now, the offense for Gloucester has been relatively solid, but Oakland's just obviously, with the slight advantage, they have had 4 more field goal attempts than Gloucester have.
Yeah, picking up those extra offensive rebounds, extra possessions, these extra shots.
As Daly connects, he's been on fire to start. 8 points on 3 of 4 shooting for Kane Daly right now.
3 triples of Kane Daly.
Davis looking to get going. Losing the footwork, the up and under, short, rebounded Adekunle. And that came off the foot of Roosevelt Davis, so Oaklands will get it back. Just around 4 minutes and a bit of change played here in the first period of the Division 2 final. Here is Pinnock. Adekunle looking for Daly. Reese Farrell did well to track him down, but he gets the ball. The man with the hot hand finds Pinnock. 6 to shoot. Dizu, corner pocket, puts in a 3.
And lovely patience there by Pinnock. Surveying the scene in the key and finding the extra man.
17 to 10. In what has been a relatively high-scoring game. Both teams executing really well thus far, but Gloucester with few field goal attempts compared to Oakland's, as Musto misses the handle, and away come the Wolves. Here is Daly. Adekunle. Dizu, confident, and misses everything. And that'll be a Gloucester ball. And we were talking about execution, but right there, just getting a bit too carried away maybe with the long-range triple.
Yeah, early in the shot clock too, there's better chances. As a coach, you're thinking, can you get that shot any point of the shot clock? And it's likely you can. Aiming for layups and finishes around the rim is much better at that point.
Dizu will head to the bench. Alvin Fleming comes into the game for the first time for the Oaklands Wolves as Davis has it. Davis driving. Here is Musto. And an offensive foul is the call on Frank Musto. And that'll be his first foul of this contest. 4:34 to play. Timeout has been called, and the Oaklands Wolves have a 7-point lead here in the NBL Division 2 final. In a game which, as we mentioned, execution-wise, both teams doing well in that aspect. But the key factor is that, as you mentioned, Louis, is Oaklands have had more field goal attempts. They've had more offensive rebounds, albeit it's 2-0. But out of those two, they've gotten another few possessions, and they're attacking the basket quite well, and of course shooting it. But for Gloucester, 4 or 5 from the field to start is not too bad either.
No, exactly. I think for Gloucester, the big thing here is defensively. Can you shut down Kane Daly from the 3-point line? Can you control Reese Pinnock and don't let him roam around and find his open guys?
And for so far, Reese Pinnock, of course, the Division 2 player of the year in Pool B, yet to get off the mark, but he does have 2 assists and a rebound to his name, so getting it done in other aspects, but it's just a matter of time before he really starts to get going.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. If you've got hot hands with Kane Daly, you better giving it up and letting him keep shooting it.
And that man right there, Carl Teasdale, who of course has had a fantastic season, the Pool C player of the year. Had a season-high 38 points in the final game of the regular season against the Reading Rockets' second team. As Adekunle is fouled going to the basket, and I think that'll be on Carl Teasdale. As Deji Adekunle will head to the stripe. Second team foul for the Kings, first foul for Carl Teasdale, and Deji Adekunle, an experienced big man. Former Thames Valley Cavalier, now is the London Cavaliers alongside the Plymouth City Patriots. As he rattles in the second. 19-10 in favor of Oaklands here in the Division 2 final. Both teams unbeaten. Teasdale nearly lost the ball, now loses the ball. Pinnock getting his hands in the way, and all alone to the basket is Laure Adekunle. That's his first field goal of the contest, the number 6. Davis wings it, Farrell goes inside. Good stand from Adekunle, but got in just a little too late, and Reese Farrell will head to the stripe.
You see this Oaklands team very active on defense, forcing steals, forcing tough shots, and it's helping them on the offensive end with this 11-point lead.
Gavin Mitchell coming in for the first time for the Wolves, and coming in for the first time for the Kings, Philippe Cascade-Davis. As Farrell nets the first. And Farrell buries the second. And a quick double-digit lead from the Wolves has now been shrunk to single figures. Pinnock. Shot clock in single figures. Mitchell looking to get the ball, just about collects. Can't stick it in. On the follow, though, was Fleming. Fleming can't get it to go either, and Pinnock decides to slow it down. Daly splits, goes inside, gets bumped, and can't get the shot to fall, but he'll go to the line for a couple.
Again, these second chance opportunities for Oakland are paying their dividends, picking up foul calls, extra shots from the line.
That's the fourth offensive foul fourth offensive rebound, excuse me, of this contest thus far. And the Wolves out-rebounding the Kings 8-4 here with 3:16 to play in the first period. And that's something that Jay Marriott will really look to zero in on as this game progresses. Oakland's really aggressive under the basket and on the offensive glass. And they have an 11-point lead. 4 of 4 from the stripe for Oaklands. Here is Davis. Great defense from Adekeye. Here is Teasdale on the spin, scores.
Lovely fadeaway there.
Carl Teasdale with his first field goal under the basket and a foul.
Can't switch off down the other end though. Fantastic shot for Gloucester, but switching off on defense, allowing an open layup in the foul.
Alvin Fleming, the beneficiary, he'll head to the stripe for one. And this pace of the contest, this style of play really suits Alvin Fleming, a guy 6'6" forward who can really be a matchup nightmare, can play inside and out as he strings the additional foul shot for the three-point play. And it's a 12-point lead with 2:46 to play here in the first period. Davis. Davis sees a lane and exploits it. And a much-needed field goal for Roosevelt Davis. That's his first field goal. Daly. Adekeye. Drives to the basket, kicks it out. The extra pass, there is Mitchell at the top of three, rattles it home.
His unselfishness of this Oakland team. Finding open men, finding open threes.
David Mitchell, who hit the clutch three-pointer in the final minute against the Sussex Bears in the semi-final that led to the win. Teasdale with 9 to shoot. Teasdale, a big three-pointer, no good. He was off balance, ball goes out of bounds. Roosevelt Davis clutching his face, but it will be a Kings ball as Davis and Laura Adekeye were going for it. There's group substitution, or in fact just one substitution, as Kane Daly comes out of the game and Matt Dizu comes back in. Farrell, a wing three, and he banks it home, and a foul. Second 4-point play opportunity for Reece Farrell.
I mean, this is impressive. I don't think I've ever seen two back-to-back like that.
2 of 2 from downtown. He was fouled on both. Now he gets a chance for a 4-point play opportunity. It's quite rare, as you said, Louis, that we get 2 of them in the same quarter. Well, Reece Farrell has done just that, and it's now a 9-point lead for the Wolves. Mitchell looking for Pinnock. Instead, he'll go to the basket, attacks Dizu. There is Pinnock. 8 to shoot. Pinnock in trouble, finds Dizu. Dizu muscles his way inside. Under a minute and a half to play in the first. Teasdale. Teasdale dancing, pulling up, strings a 2.
That's a very tough shot. We've got a high hedge there, trying to make it disruptive, but it's a fantastic shot.
Dizu. Mitchell, lovely pass inside to Pinnock. Pinnock creates some separation. Ball will go out of bounds. It will stay with the Wolves. That last came off Davis last. Right now, Oakland's 9 of 16 from the field. Conversely, Gloucester just 7 of 9. 9 field goal attempts in the first 9 minutes for the Kings.
I think some of that comes down to the turnovers they've had so far. 6 turnovers in the first quarter. Looking after that basketball is going to be important for the rest of the game.
And conversely, Oakland's flawless right now with ball security. Haven't turned the ball over once, which Liam Jefferson will be extremely happy about. Here is Davis, 40 seconds to play. Davis kicks it out. Cascade Davis, Farrell. Farrell to the basket, bumbles his way in, and another and one opportunity for Reese Farrell, third of the contest thus far.
This is really impressive, you know, attacking the basket strong, finishing well, and he gets another trip to the line.
And Reese Farrell now has 12 of Gloucester's 24 points. First foul on Reese Pinnock. And here is Pinnock. Adekile. And Dizu lost the handle, but Davis commits the foul beforehand. That'll be a first foul on the Roosevelt Davis. And that'll put Gloucester in the penalty. So Oaklands will get a couple of freebies at the stripe. As Reese Pinnock will come out and Kane Daly will check in. And of course, Kane Daly coming back to Oaklands, a player that he was actually the first Oaklands Wolves player to win an EABL MVP in the South Conference. That was in 2022, and now coming back to his former college to help out this brilliant program that Liam Jefferson has built.
Yeah.
Or rebuilt, excuse me.
Like you say, a bit of a full circle moment. Competing in this final for a team that's done so well this year.
Former London elite player, there is Liam Jefferson. Here is Davis. There's about a 0.9 difference second between shot and game clock, 9/10 of a second. Now the shot clock is off. Here is Dizu. Dizu glides to the basket, and with the bunnies as well. That's a heck of a way to end the first quarter. Matthew Dizu exploding to the basket. Wow.
You say you get punished one end, you take a poor shot from very far out with time on the shot clock, and you end up on a poster down the other end. It's been a hell of a quarter for the Oakland Wolves here.
And that's a 10-point lead, 35 points in the first quarter for the Oaklands Wolves, 55% from the field. And Jay Marriott will be understandably upset that Matthew Dizu was allowed to go right down Main Street, right down the center, and slam it home. As we end the first period here at Bellevue, 35-25 in favor of the Oaklands Wolves over the Gloucester City Kings. Gloucester City Kings, though, 75% from the field. But as you mentioned earlier, 6 turnovers for the Kings compared to just 1 from the Oaklands Wolves as we have a look at the stats for the first quarter. And Gloucester have not done badly, have they, in terms of execution? It's just getting the shots up.
Yeah, exactly. Like I say, 25 points in a quarter is not a bad amount whatsoever. I think just being careful of turning the ball over, and defensively, you have to limit Oakland to under 35. It's way too many points on the board.
As the Oaklands Wolves come out for the second period, Spencer Matthews will start the second quarter for the Wolves, the number 10. And there the Gloucester City Kings. Of course, Jay Marriott will certainly look for some improvements, especially in that final minute or so. Oakland's Wolves got a number of good second chance opportunities, and of course, Matthew Dizu with the explosion at the basket as the time expired. As we get set and start the second period with Davis on the ball. Of course, Matthews, Spencer Matthews, the number 10, a good defender. Here is Teasdale. Teasdale looking to put the moves on Dizu, and straight away a foul is called. That basket won't count. But we've seen flashes of what Carl Teasdale can do for the Kings. Has 4 points at the moment, and no doubt they'll be looking for more offensive productivity from him.
Yeah, all the screens in that set trying to set him open.
Davis exploding to the basket and bobbles in the 2. Adekunle to Daly. Daly nearly fouled by Davis. Instead, patient play. And Kane Daly the finish.
Yeah, fantastic patience, taking his time.
And there's that defense we just spoke about with Matthews, nearly getting the steal on Davis. Cascade Davis. Back to Davis with 5 to shoot. Roosevelt Davis pulls up for 3. That's off to the left. And it's rebounded by Daly, who slows it down. Adekunle bumbling his way inside. He'll go to the line for a couple.
Yeah, fantastic seal there. Got himself into prime real estate under the hoop. He's got him to the line here.
Deji Adekunle 2 of 2 at the moment from the stripe, and a player that, yeah, it's always a really good thing to have, a 6'10" big who, you know, is so agile around the basket, has such a soft touch as well. As his free throw did a victory lap and then back out again. But it's quite a comfort, isn't it, for Liam Jefferson to have a 6'10" player like Adekunle on your side, someone who's, you know, quick-footed, good defender, and a really good rim protector as well.
Well, this is it. This is modern basketball, isn't it? You need your bigs to be able to run and keep up with the guard, so he's absolutely fantastic for that.
Here is Davis. Davis currently on 4 points. Musto's pass deflected, and the Kings will keep it. And substitutions as Alvin Fleming checks out, and Gavin Mitchell comes in. Led Oaklands in the EABL this season, 17 points and 13 boards a contest in the Academy Leagues. Here is Teasdale. Teasdale stops as the shot clock was winding down, but short with the 2. Matthews finds Daly in rhythm, rattles it in.
This is relentless. You know, Kane Daly, another 3-pointer. Gloucester have to close out on him, make him put the ball on the floor.
4th triple for Kane Daly. He now moves on to 16, leading all scorers. Farrell, who has 13. Beautiful footwork, great defense from Mitchell. Daly from no man's land. That smacks the backboard, and Liam Jefferson not happy with that shot selection. Here is Cascade Davis. Davis. Davis driving, can't get the shot to fall, and it's turned over. Dizu going to the basket, and there'll be a blocking foul on Teasdale, and there'll be a 2nd foul on Carl Teasdale.
Yeah, Coach Marriott probably isn't going to be happy with this. You don't want Teasdale picking up his 2nd foul here, so he's got to be careful for the rest of this quarter.
As Kakoa McCardle comes back into the game, Cascade Davis checks out. As Dizu at the stripe, this is the first. Well, we've known Matthew Dizu as one of those players who likes to guard the opposition's best player, and really athletic defender. We've seen some highlights on the offensive side for him in this game, as Matthews has it. Matthews attacking Davis, but loses the ball, and away come the Kings. Now Davis right down the middle, lays it up, doesn't get it to fall though, but the steal from Farrell, and Farrell can't get it to go, and good defense by Dizu, as McCardle was going for the easy finish, but the Kings keep it. Reese Pinnock will come back in, and Matthew Dizu will check out. Davis. 6 to shoot for Kings. Davis, a 3.
That's a big 3 for the Kings, making this lead a bit tighter.
Daly, Oaklands to respond. And that'll be enough for Jay Marriott to call time on proceedings with 6:31 to play in the second period. And a 13-point cushion for the Oaklands Wolves, looking to go the season perfect from Division 2, as are the Gloucester City Kings. But right now, Oaklands Wolves have the cushion. And really, that just comes from Kane Daly, who has 18 points to lead all scorers right now for the Wolves.
Like I say, an absolutely electric start from Daly and the Wolves. The scoring has continued into this quarter, and as you say, Marriott needs to kind of speak to his team, figure out how we can slow them down and negate the running game.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you all to the Basketball England YouTube channel here in Manchester. It is Basketball England's playoff finals weekend. Of course, tomorrow we have the WNBL Division 1 final between London Cavaliers and ARU, Angela Ruskin. And the Division 1 men's final between the Solent Kestrels, looking to complete the treble as they take on the Worcester Wolves. Of course, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the Basketball England YouTube channel, and of course follow the NBL on social media, NBL England. Lots of great highlights, great stories, good clips from not just today but the whole season, as Teesdale has it. Teesdale nearly lost the ball, still has it, 5 to shoot. Spencer Matthews and Reese Pinnock all over him. And it will be an Oakland's possession. That's fantastic defense. It started with Reese Pinnock, and then Matthews came over to help.
Yeah, Pinnock had his hand up straight away as soon as Teesdale caught the ball. Oakland know he can shoot the ball, so it's important to slow him down.
Pinnock surveying. Driving at Davis, comes back out. Kunle was looking for the pass as Ashley Kitchen drove to the basket. .5:55 to play in the half. Here is Daly, who has the hot hand. And he continues with the hot hand, as Kane Daly right now is a living, breathing firework.
That's 21 points for Daly.
And Reese Pinnock nearly got the steal on Davis. That's an 8-second violation. Brilliant defense from the former Reading Rocket.
And it's another turnover for the Kings. Although they're shooting as well, if you can't get shots up, you can't score a basketball.
Kitchen to Pinnock. Shot clock in single figures. Pinnock uses the screen and loses the ball. He got caught in two minds. And it's 2-on-2 here. Davis to the basket, bumbles his way and off the glass. Daly. Daly crosses over. And a wild shot, but the whistle has gone. Referee Ben Hutchinson there in good position. And that'll be a foul. It's a 13 foul for the Kings. Second foul on Musto as Spencer Matthews checks out and Laura Adekile comes back in. Of course, Laura Adekile, only 5'7", but has incredible heart, good speed and skill at the point guard position, and a player that really can keep his cool and always keep his team composed as well in big moments. And certainly we'll look to his experience in this game. And right now, thus far, doing well, 47-32 to the good. Make that 48-32 to the good. Davis, Pinnock again all over him. Davis still has it. Over halfway in the second quarter. Farrell. Davis has it back. 4 to shoot. Farrell's got to do something with it. Farrell sets himself off the back iron with the 2. And Daly collects his 3rd rebound. Now Daly exploding to the basket, and again out of control, but it stays with Oaklands.
Everything is starting here from the Wolves defense. Every shot's being contested, collecting rebounds, making sure there's no second chance opportunities.
Pinnock. Daly. Daly again. This time he's short. 5 of 8 here this afternoon. There's Musto. Finds McCardle.
It's a big bucket there for the Kings. Stops the run of the Wolves.
Also McCardle as well with the finish as Adekile explodes to the basket.
Just like you said, the agility, able to weave in and get an easy layup.
McCardle does well to get the step on Pinnock, and he gets it to go off the glass. Pinnock. Adekile again in the corner. Daly, lots of time on the shot clock for the Wolves as Daly misses the handle. Now the shot clock goes down to 8. There is Pinnock under the glass.
Lovely backdoor cut. Got himself free, an easy layup.
Good vision there from Adekunle to see him. Davis, good defense from Pinnock. And away comes Adekile. Daly is open. Daly again! 6 3-pointers for Kane Daly in this first half. Teasdale gets it under the glass. Timeout has been called. And right now, it's the Kane Daly show in Manchester.
26 points personal. It's really impressive. However, a lot of these shots have been open. Gloucester have to close out. Otherwise, they're running the risk of letting them score even more.
55 to 38 in favor of the Wolves. .306 to play in the half, and as you say, 26 points for Kane Daly in this contest thus far. In last year's Division 2 final, Andre Arisol had 37 points for Solent against Barking Abbey. Kane Daly right now is on pace, not just to match him, but to overtake that right now, because as you say, Gloucester are just leaving him open.
Yeah, he's also done everything else as well, with 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals. He's trying to fill up this stat sheet.
Adekunle there certainly doing his part for the Wolves. 5 points, 3 rebounds and an assist thus far. Most of his points coming from the stripe. Pinnock, who right now only has 2 points. But with Kane Daly on the form he's in, don't think he's going to mind too much. Here is Dizu. There is Pinnock. Pinnock a 3. And that misses everything. Reece Pinnock, who actually can shoot the ball quite well, doesn't take many threes. At Reading, he only shot around 2 threes a game, but he was good for 47% in his final season before heading here to the Wolves. And that's an offensive foul on Teasdale, and that's a 3rd foul on Gloucester City's main man. And that's a big, big foul as well with 2:45 to play in the half.
It's unnecessary as well, Teasdale. No reason for him to be leaning in there.
Oaklands with just the 1 team foul in this half, or in this quarter, excuse me. Here is Pinnock. Fleming, and that's another offensive foul, dropping the shoulder and almost barging into the Gloucester player. So that's going to be a 2nd foul on Alvin Fleming.
Yeah, way to beat him to the spot there.
As Philippe Pesquez-Davis comes in, and Musto checks out for the Kings. Davis. And Akile marking him. Davis still has it. Farrell. Farrell loses the ball, and Reece Pinnock again all over it. And Pinnock does well to create some separation and get the layup.
Yeah, fantastic defense, almost suffocating.
And again it goes out of bounds, and again Oaklands force the turnover. That is 11 turnovers for the Kings, and a third one on Roosevelt Davis. Fleming and Akunle. Elbow jumper is no good. Look at that, Akile get the offensive glass. Ball goes out of bounds, and Oaklands will keep it again. And all the hustle, the fight, the determination, it's all with Oaklands right now.
Yeah, especially even from a guard spot as well. Pinnock himself has 2 offensive rebounds. So it's all over the Oaklands team, not just the big men.
Yeah, Akile, only 5'7", just out jumping and getting that tap. As we just have an issue with, I think, the shot clock here at the moment. As we'll have substitutions coming in as Ashley Kitchen checks out, and Alvin Fleming comes to the bench. 1:45 to play here in the half. Adekunle. Adekunle still has it, looking for Pinnock. 7 to shoot for Oaklands. Pinnock steps in, buries a 3.
He makes up for that one he missed earlier. It's a great 3 from Pinnock.
First triple for Reece Pinnock, and Adekunle fouls Teasdale. And like the fact that Jay Marriott keeping Carl Teasdale in the game, well, looks like he was. I think he might be, no, he's not coming out. The Oaklands Wolves substitutions as Daly and Mitchell come in. Adekunle and Akile come out. But I like the confidence from Marriott to keep his star player in, even though he has 3 fouls.
Yeah, a lot of faith in, showed by the coach. Obviously, Teasdale has to repay it. He has to be smart on defense and not pick up anything extra.
As we just have one of the referees just having a chat with the table officials. Dan Cox, Steve Stredwick, and Ben Hutchinson are 3 officials here today. It was Dan Cox just having a quick chat with the table officials. And now we can restart. Davis, Teasdale. On-ball defense for Oaklands has been superb in this first half thus far. Farrell, 7 to shoot for Gloucester. Cascade Davis can shoot the 3, misses on that occasion. Pinnock. Pinnock right down Main Street, and a foul called. And that'll be 2 shots for the Wolves as the Kings are in the penalty.
Again, Pinnock showing great hustle there, getting down to the bucket and scoring.
And right now, Jay Marriott in a predicament. He's got to take Teasdale out. That's 4 fouls now on Carl Teasdale, as Reece Pinnock, a very intelligent player, knew exactly what he was doing. And a technical foul has been called, and it's on Teasdale. He's done. Carl Teasdale is done. Oh, that's a huge call. He must have said something to the officials. Reece Pinnock buries the free throw, and a technical foul has been called on Jay Marriott as well.
It's a humongous loss for the Kings. You know, the Kings star player, like we said before, being on 3 fouls and picking up 2 in succession.
And now for players like Roosevelt Davis, Reece Farrell, they've really got to step up. Davis on 9 points, Farrell on 13. But losing Carl Teasdale, the player of the year in Pool C of Division 2. That's a huge, huge call. And with 1:07 to play in the second quarter as well. As you said, you know, wanting to repay that faith, and then literally 30 seconds later, as Pinnock buries the free throws, and the lead is now 63-38. Oakland's not just in the driving seat, but they're occupying the back seats as well, as McArdle misses the 2 under the basket. Pinnock to the basket. Kitchen doesn't get the 3 in the corner.
Yeah, fantastic pass there by Pinnock.
Davis. 30 seconds left in the half. Davis, a 3. No good. Farrell collects the loose change and rattles in a 3. That's a big 3, Reece Farrell. He now moves on to 16.
Like you said, you need someone to step up for the Kings. Farrell's doing that right now.
Oaklands can just dribble the ball out. Here is Daly. Putting the moves on Ratcliffe. Daly a 3. Daly a 3. Kane Daly from downtown. That is the half. And Kane Daly is on fire.
Like you said before, Andrew Arisol last year with 37 points. Kane Daly, 29 points at the half.
7 of 10 from downtown for Kane Daly. What an end to this first half for the Oaklands Wolves, as Jay Marriott just having a chat with the officials. But Oaklands will head to the locker room extremely proud of what they have accomplished in the first 20 minutes. But for Gloucester, what do you do? I mean, it's just Kane Daly. It's just been the Kane Daly show, hasn't it?
It has. It has to start defensively. Offensively, 41 points. They're doing a good job, but they need stops.
I mean, they're shooting the ball relatively well, 53%. Oaklands have been in this, Gloucester have been in this first half. That man right there, though, Carl Teasdale, the danger man, fouled out with 1:07 to play in the first half. A 31-16 second period there from the Wolves.
Yeah, a lot of that's down to Kane Daly. So we got 29 points. Reece Pinnock is running the show as well. Big 7 assists from him as well. So it's an impressive showing by the Oakland Wolves.
As we have a look at the game stats for this first half, 66-41 is the halftime score. 6 of 9 from downtown. In fact, Oakland's Wolves right now are 11 of 18 from three-point land at the moment. An incredible. And Kane Daly, who has 29 points at the half. It's been an incredible first 20 minutes, though, for the Oakland's Wolves here in Manchester to bring a close to day one. And we'll be back in roughly 11 minutes' time. Drives to the basket, kicks it out. The extra pass, there is Mitchell at the top of 3, rattles it home.
It's unselfishness of this Oakland team.
Farrell, a wing three, and he banks it home! And a foul! Second 4-point play opportunity for Reece Farrell. Pinnock in trouble, finds Dizu. Dizu muscles his way inside. Teasdale dancing, pulling up, strings a tune.
It's a very tough shot. We've got a high hedge there, trying to make it disruptive, but it's a fantastic shot.
Cascade Davis, Farrell to the basket, bumbles his way in, and another and one opportunity for Reece Farrell, third of the contest thus far. Here is Dizu, Dizu glides to the basket, and with the bunnies as well. That's a heck of a way to end the first quarter. Matthew Dizu exploding to the basket. Davis exploding to the basket and bobbles in the two. Daly nearly fouled by Davis. Instead, patient play, and Kane Daly the finish.
Yeah, fantastic patience.
6 to shoot for Kings. Davis a three.
That's a big three for the Kings.
As Teasdale has it. Teasdale nearly lost the ball, still has it. 5 to shoot. Spencer Matthews and Reece Pinnock all over him. Here is Daly, who has the hot hand. And he continues with the hot hand. As Kane Daly right now is a living, breathing firework.
That's 21 points for Daly.
And Reece Pinnock nearly got the steal on Davis. That's an 8-second violation. Brilliant defense from the former Reading Rocket. And it's 2-on-2 here. Davis to the basket, bumbles his way and off the glass. 5 of 8 here this afternoon. There's Musto, finds McCardle. Also McCardle as well with the finish as Adekile explodes to the basket. McCardle does well to get the step on Pinnock, and he gets it to go off the glass. Daly is open. Daly again! 6 3-pointers for Kane Daly in this first half. Here is Pinnock. Fleming, and that's another offensive foul, dropping the shoulder and almost barging into the Gloucester player. So that's going to be a second foul on Alvin Fleming. Farrell loses the ball, and Reece Pinnock again all over it. And Pinnock does well to create some separation and get the layup.
Yeah, fantastic defense, almost suffocating.
Oh, that's a huge call. He must have said something to the officials. Reece Pinnock buries the free throw, and a technical foul has been called on Jay Marriott as well.
It's a humongous loss for the Kings. You know, the Kings star player, like we said before, being on 3 fouls and picking up 2 in succession.
A 31-16 second period there from the Wolves. We head into the third period, 11 of 18 from downtown for Oakland's Wolves. What an incredible statistic, and that all just stems from Kane Daly. 7 of 10 from beyond the arc. He has been absolutely unstoppable from beyond the arc, hasn't he?
Yeah, 61% as a team and 70% personal. Super impressive. It's a very efficient Oakland Wolves team, and it's shown in the scoreline with 66 points.
60% from the field. Conversely, the Gloucester City Kings, 53%. You know, they're not shooting the ball bad. It's just, at the moment, 5 more field goal attempts for the Oakland's Wolves, and 13 of 17 from the free throw land, as you saw there, but just 5 trips to the stripe for the Gloucester City Kings. Yeah,
like, it's a bit cliche, but obviously the more times you get to shoot, the more chance you've got putting in. And it shows, you know, the turnovers, the second chance points for Oakland Wolves, and it's created this big difference in score.
And Kane Daly there, 29 points, leading all scorers. Of course, having 7 3-pointers certainly helps. Reece Farrell with 16. He's had 2 4-point play opportunities that he's taken advantage of, but for Gloucester, just needs more aggression, more execution. Of course, Oakland's certainly the deeper team, and the loss of Carl Teasdale on fouling out in the second period, that will hurt Gloucester. But for players like Farrell and like Roosevelt Davis, they really need to step up now, don't they?
Yeah, they need to step up. You know, obviously losing Teasdale is such a big loss for the Kings. It's going to be an important second half here.
Well, we welcome you all to the Basketball England YouTube channel. Hello everyone, John Hobbs here on hand in Manchester, Louis Weaver alongside me, and it's been an incredible day of basketball, hasn't it, so far? We've got teams that are not really familiar with the national finals, but have been on the big stage in other competitions before, most notably the EABL stage, and obviously we've got ex-BBL, SLB players as well taking the floor this weekend. It's been a great advert for British basketball. Barking Abbey picking up a really deserved win in the WNBL Division 2 final, with Lauren Milligan, of course, the head coach of Barking, you know, steering her team to a really comfortable win against a really strong East London Phoenix side.
Yeah, no, impressive for Barking Abbey, and I think overall, like you say, it's such an advert for British basketball. People taking the step down, so to say, from the SLB, and it kind of, you know, bringing the product of these, you know, the NBL D2s, etc. up. It's such an impressive advert for the sport.
As we get set to start the third period, and the Gloucester City Kings with it all to do. But one thing I was saying earlier with our game day MC Tahir Hajat is to be in a final 5.5 years after being in the league. That's impressive, isn't it? As a whistle has gone, Reese Pinnock getting a steal or a turnover, forcing a turnover on Roosevelt Davis. But as I was saying, Gloucester City Kings being at this stage just 5.5 years after being founded, what an achievement.
Yeah, no, exactly. And I was earlier, it highlights the job Jay Marriott's done with the team and the ambitions of the franchise.
I said Jay Marriott, the head coach, living and breathing British basketball. Right now, though, has his work cut out for him. Here is Pinnock. Kicks it out, wide open. Dizu a 3, that's no good. And it's rebounded by Lewis Ratcliffe, who will no doubt see more minutes now that Teasdale is out. Here is Farrell. Pulls up from the elbow, that's off the back iron. And McCardle gets the offensive board, and the Kings can reset. Davis, 6 to shoot for the Kings. Ratcliffe, a big 3, strings a 3. That was from no man's land.
Yeah, deep 3 right on the shot clock. Helps the Kings to start this second half effectively.
From the other end of Manchester, Lewis Ratcliffe. Dizu loses the handle, Daly has it. Adekunle, now it's 7 to shoot for the Wolves. Pinnock steps into a 3.
Again, the same problem as the first half. There's a lot of open three-pointers here.
12-3 for the Wolves as Pinnock once again getting his hand in the on the ball. And Roosevelt Davis has had huge issues with Reece Pinnock in this game. Pinnock really has his number.
Yeah, this is where you're missing Teasdale here. The guards for the Kings are struggling with Pinnock. The defensive intensity is suffocating.
3 steals thus far for Pinnock. Davis putting the moves on Daly. Gets it back, puts up a 3, sticks it in, and that's a big 3, much needed 3 for Roosevelt Davis, who is a really high energy player.
Yeah, now it's important for a stop here. Is Pinnock walks down the lane?
As Pinnock just steps into the lane untouched. And Pinnock now moves on to a businessman's 15 points. Roosevelt Davis splits the D. And it'll go out of bounds. It will stay with the Kings. 1:58 played in this third period thus far. 12 on the shot clock for Gloucester. Davis. McCardle, good hands there by Adekunle, the veteran.
One thing this Wolves team has done a very good job of is disrupting the actions, forcing the Kings to run their sets higher and higher and further away from the basket.
Radcliffe with the shot clock winding down, and Daly collects the rebound. Rebound number 4 for Kane Daly to go with 29. Dizu along the baseline, beautiful.
Lovely up and under there. Another couple of points for Dizu.
You see the replay, the up and under, pretty layup over McCardle. And Adekunle gets the block on Farrell. Davis keeps it. Farrell a 3. That's short, and Pinnock collects his 3rd rebound. Reece Pinnock flirting with a double-double at the moment. 15 points, 7 assists. Kitchen a 3 is no good. McCardle to the basket. And McCardle can't get the rebound as Daly rips it off him. There is Pinnock inside, Kitchen the easy finish. And again, another technical foul has been called. In fact, the timeout, excuse me, has been called. My apologies. As the Oaklands Wolves in firm control, 75-47 to the good against the Gloucester City Kings.
Yeah, this game's starting to open up a bit here for the Wolves. Great defense in transition, and they're repaying themselves by getting wide open looks at the other end.
And the man in the middle of that huddle, Liam Jefferson, certainly got to be happy with what he has seen right now. A man that has a lot of experience in big game situations. Jay Marriott as well, who really has his work cut out for him in this contest. But no doubt he'll look to restore a bit of pride as this game continues on here in Manchester as Oakland's Wolves come out. Of course, a brilliant basketball program out of St Albans.
Yeah, as you say, the whole program, I think, has taken a massive step up over the last few years. And again, obviously, Liam Jefferson kind of pioneering this.
Of course, the women's team last season winning the SLB Women's League trophy. Here is Radcliffe. Radcliffe, a former Myers Co player, so not far away from his old stomping ground. Farrell, short with the 2. And away comes Pinnock for the Wolves. The lob, Dizu, lovely touch pass. And Kane Daly is there. Pinnock wanted the highlight play, but Dizu unselfishly passes it to Daly for 2.
Yeah, smart play. He was a little bit off balance. Important to get with 2 points rather than the highlight play.
Radcliffe keeping his dribble alive. McCardle. Davis looking for it. Does well to get the ball. Goes to the window.
Fantastic layup.
Gloucester still shooting the ball quite well. Pinnock to the basket. Adekunle looking for the dunk. And Davis denying him at the rim, but taking the player as well.
Yeah, risky to come across that late on help. But fortunately, he's only given up the foul rather than 2 points and the foul.
As Frank Musto checks out, and Philippe Cascais-Davis comes in as Adekunle hits the first free throw for the Wolves. He's 4 of 5 at the stripe here this afternoon. And he misses the second, but Pinnock battling, and the Wolves nearly collected the ball, but Dizu stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, Pinnock obviously with his 3 steals, but just for deflections and the extra hustle and causing extra plays kind of thing. It's been such a big thing for this Oakland Wolves team.
Radcliffe. Radcliffe still has it. The on-ball defense for Oaklands again has been absolutely fantastic in this contest. Farrell blocked by Kitchen, and away come the Wolves. Daly. Dizu, the open man, a 3.
As you say, the on-ball defense of Wolves here is phenomenal.
Davis driving, stolen by Pinnock. Pinnock finds Dizu, the flush. Transition basketball perfect by Oaklands.
Yeah, the Kings.
And a steal as well. And Dizu back-to-back throwdowns.
The Kings are falling into what the Wolves want them to do. A lot of dribbling, a lot of not moving.
See there the highlight flush. Back-to-back dunks for Matthew Dizu. Reese Farrell, a 3. Well, Oakland's blowing the game open bit by bit. Adekunle, Pinnock wanted the lob there. Adekunle thought better of it, but Oakland's turned the ball over. And the finish at the other end by Lewis Radcliffe.
Yeah, it's good from the Kings. Getting a good steal and going down the other end of it.
Daly, Adekunle, Matthew Dizu again, puts in a 3. 7 quick points for Matthew Dizu. He now moves on to 21 points, 88 to 54, 3:47 to play. And right now, Oakland's running away with this.
What a fantastic 2 minutes for Dizu. Back-to-back dunks and a 3. It's extending this lead for the Oakland Wolves.
Laure Adekunle comes in for the Wolves. And Gabby Atasiana comes in as well for the first time, and on the ball. Farrell, a 3. That's short. Davis did well to try and keep the ball alive, but it comes up with the Wolves. Daly. And Daly loses the ball. 2 on 2 here. Davis misses the layup. Adekunle fights for it, and it stays with Gloucester.
Yeah, this is better from the Kings, getting out in transition. They need some easy baskets, and running game is so important for him.
3:17 to play in the third. Ball goes out of bounds again, and the Kings retain possession. McCardle. That's Siana. Atenciana gets it back, splits the D. There is McArdle. Doesn't go. Good defense from Adekunle. Ball is loose. Adekile fights and gets it.
This interior defense by Wolves is impeccable. There's nothing easy at the rim.
Daly banks it in. Everything dropping for Kane Daly. 8th triple. 34 points now. And a foul by Pinnock. And that'll be his second foul of the contest as he was trying to get the steal on Atenciana.
Yeah, it's this high energy defense from the Wolves being so disruptive, causing a lot of issues for the Kings right now.
Adekunle comes out, Gavin Mitchell checks in, Atenciana can't hang on. There is Rhys Pinnock. Rhys Pinnock to the hoop!
Pinnock has been everywhere this second half. Deflections, steals.
And a double-double as well. 15 points, 10 assists, and 5 steals as well for Rhys Pinnock, the MVP of Division 2 Pool B. McArdle putting the moves on Mitchell, and he'll go to the stripe. 2 minutes and 12 to go in the third.
Good post work there by McArdle. Took his time and got to his left hand.
First foul on Mitchell as Kakoa McArdle goes to the line, misses the first, but a key player for this Gloucester City Kings team this season. Has 8 points at the moment, but does all the intangibles that most coaches love to have, a glue player of this Gloucester side.
Super hard working. As you say, he's such a big player for this Kings team, especially now T-Cell's out.
Adekile driving to the basket, and Adekile will head to the stripe for the Wolves. Well, right now, 1:59 to play in the third, and Oakland's on course for reaching 100 before the fourth quarter even begins. As Daniel Kostadinov comes into the game for the first time for Oakland's. Kane Daly takes a breather, and Kostadinov, a big three-point shooter for this Oakland's Wolves side, actually leads the team in three-pointers in the EABL. We mentioned Kane Daly hitting 8 three-pointers. Kostadinov actually hit 7, went 7 for 15 in the new year against Copleston in their win. And another steal. There is Kostadinov for 3. That misses everything though. Didn't even want to drive to the hoop.
It shows his confidence in his shot, his first possession. He's come on his shot 3.
Farrell, footwork pretty, and the basket off the glass.
Strong move there by Farrell. It's a big 2-pointer for the Kings.
Adekile bumped by Atenciana. Here is Kostadinov going for it again. This time he puts it in.
Yeah, it kind of shows exactly what you just said there, John. The prolific three-point shooter.
He hit at least 1 3 in all 12 of Oakland's games in the EABL this season. And a whistle gone as Kostadinov fouling Gabi Atenciana. Atenciana going to the basket. Nearly got the shot to fall. Farrell there on the follow.
I think Farrell's almost surprised he had so much space there. Took his time, he's got the 2.
Pinnock. Adekile wide open, decides to go inside. Beautiful footwork and the block by Farrell as Pinnock was going to the basket. Davis, right down Main Street. Pinnock. Kostadinov, why not? Puts in again. Second triple for Kostadinov, and the steal. Goes again. And he puts in another one.
Quick back-to-back threes. It's taken Wolves to 104 points at the end of the third quarter.
Davis is fouled. Daniel Kostadinov, what an introduction to the game he's had. 9 quick points in just 2 minutes.
Yeah, he's taken no time to settle in, has he? So as soon as he came in, he wanted to shoot a free ball, and it shows 3 from 4.
18 three-pointers by Oaklands in this final. As Davis hits the first, 104 to 61, and we still have 10 more minutes to play.
Yeah, absolutely crazy. 66% from a three-point line in a final is unbelievable.
67% from the field as well for Oaklands. Pinnock now right down the middle and is fouled by Anciana. And Pinnock will go to the line for a couple. As we see the replay of Pinnock right down the middle and Anciana with the foul. And that'll be his first foul of the contest. As Reese Pinnock enjoying life at Oaklands. He was actually in Reading, his old club, last week for the BCB quarter-final game against the Derby Trailblazers. And what's really good to know is, Pinnock's still loved by the Reading Rockets fans, and no doubt a few of them will be watching on as well and cheering on Pinnock as we end the third quarter. And the Oaklands Wolves are in a commanding position going into the fourth and final quarter. 106-62 to the good. Kane Daly with 34 points. The introduction of Daniel Kostadinov towards the end of the third period, 9 triples and 40 points in that third quarter. And Oakland's Wolves have not taken their foot off the gas, have they? And there's just nothing right now that Gloucester City Kings can do about it. And Gloucester City they've not played badly, have they? But when you're on form like this, when you're shooting the ball like this, it's just hard to get anything out of it, isn't it?
Yeah, what's most impressed me is actually the unselfishness of the team. 25 assists and only 8 turnovers. It shows how well the team moves the ball and trusts each other. And as you can see the results, you say 18 from 27 from a three-point line. This team has been prolific this third quarter.
And on the flip side, Reese Farrell with 23 points for Gloucester City Kings, of course, having to do it all without Carl Teasdale, who fouled out with 1:07 to play in the second quarter. He's actually playing the role as assistant coach at the moment to Jay Marriott, giving some instructions to his team. There are the stats going into the fourth and final quarter here in Manchester, and it's just all Oaklands. But again, the statistics for Gloucester are not too shabby, are they?
No, so they've been shooting the ball well, getting relatively good looks, but it's the 18 turnovers which is hurting them right now. And again, a lot of that's come from the tenacious Oakland Wolves defense.
Oakland's Wolves with 32 points off 18 turnovers for the Kings in this contest. Conversely, Gloucester just 10 points from 8 turnovers for Oakland in this game. As Matthews loses the ball, there is Davis. Davis right down the middle, can't get the layup to go. The ball is loose, it will stay with the Kings.
Farrell battling hard under the hoop there, and he's got himself and his team an extra possession here.
And for Gloucester, really, right now, it's just a case of just play with heart, attack the basket as much as you can, at least win this fourth quarter. As Farrell will go to the basket and he'll go to the line, and Gloucester now will have trips number 10 and 11 to the stripe, but 23 from Oakland's in this game.
Yeah, and as you said, Gloucester really has to play hard this fourth quarter. Want to win the quarter and go out on a high.
Farrell makes the first free throw. He now moves on to 24 in this game, given 25. Here is Matthews. Kitchen to Dizu. Matthews gets it back. Kostadinov, wide open a three. That's short this time.
See, he's got the green light from the coach.
Farrell. Farrell puts up a three. That's in and out. It was rebounded. Ball is loose. And a foul has been called. It's good to see Dylan Gladstone into the game for the first time as well for Oaklands. The number 13, he was another really solid player for the Wolves in the EABL, averaging a double-double, 11 points, 11 boards this season.
It shows how deep that program is. A lot of these academy kids coming up and playing at the men's level.
Mercado, there is Farrell a three, buries it. Dizu running into trouble in a straitjacket there, and it'll be a Gloucester ball. Good defense there from Lewis Radcliffe.
Yeah, but this is better for the Kings. Being disruptive, forcing turnovers.
Lewis Radcliffe, as said, played his basketball just down the road in Preston a year or so ago with Myerscough. There's a few Myerscough coaches here this afternoon. Now a student at the University of Gloucestershire, as Davis with the floater. Dizu. Daly. And Daly is fouled hard there by Frank Musto. In fact, excuse me, by Radcliffe. My apologies. Referee was in the way. Dizu. 2 minutes played here in the fourth of the Division 2 final. Daly running into a straitjacket, gets out of it. Kitchen swings it, welcomed in by Matthews. Back irons a three. Ball is loose, it comes up in Kitchen's hands. Dizu now going to the basket, ball is deflected, and it goes out of bounds, and Gloucester City Kings will have possession.
Yeah, obviously been a highlight for them all game, but Gloucester have done a good job over the last few minutes, causing more turnovers.
They've certainly done well to start this fourth period. They've certainly had the better of the offense here in these early stages, but Oakland's still in a commanding spot. Radcliffe cradles, puts it up, no good. Rebounded by Daly, just about. Daly still has it on the spin, puts it up and in. 36 points now for Kane Daly. As we have a look at the replay, getting past and then going over Davis for two.
He's filling up that stat sheet, John.
Davis to the basket, no good. Rebounded by Gladstone. There is Daly, he was thinking about it. Instead goes in for the teardrop. That's, well, misses everything. And the ball goes out of bounds, and Oaklands will get it back as Musto couldn't hang on. We'll have more substitutions for Oaklands, and Jay Marriott going to be happy with what he's seen from his side in this fourth period. As Liam McIntosh coming into the game for the first time. Pinnock also checking in.
I'd say much better for the Kings here. Up 7-3 in the quarter. He's still showing fight.
All about those small gains, isn't it, at this stage? Gladstone. Here is Daly. Double team, gets out of it. Gladstone to McIntosh. Lovely little pick and roll there, and Gladstone, offensive foul has been called. Good positional there from Roosevelt Davis.
Yeah, way to anticipate the contact, as you see on the replay here. Comes across.
Davis. sizing up Matthews. Farrell just about hangs on, or no, can't hang on, and he goes down and holds his leg. That's not good either. As Adekunle will come in, and Gladstone will come out for Oaklands. And as we see the replay, and you can just see, it's almost like his left and, well, both of his legs just gave out on him, and now he's holding his left leg. And got our trainers coming on, and both teams being sent to the bench.
Yeah, obviously Farrell's picked up a big weight, obviously after Teasdale going out. He's obviously starting to feel it.
We'll have a look at some of the highlights thus far in what has been a three-point clinic from Oaklands in this final. 18 of 29 from downtown. They've actually taken one more three-pointer than they have two-pointers in this game. They've taken 28 two-pointers to 29 threes, but it's paid dividends for them in this contest. 63% from the field for Oaklands in this contest. Conversely, Gloucester's field goal percentage has dropped a little bit, 46%, but they have showed a lot of promise, haven't they, in this fourth quarter? We've spoken about it, and getting bodies in the way, as we saw the offensive foul on that final possession right there. But they've shot the ball relatively well, but 20 turnovers for the Gloucester City Kings, and that's been a huge factor. Plus as well, 9 for 11 from the free throw line, and 23 field goal free throw trips for the Kings.
Yeah, I mean, the turnovers is a big one. The last thing you want to do is have empty possessions. Possessions you don't even have shots, but also allows the other team to run. It's never good.
As Philippe Cascade-Davis comes into the game, and Reece Farrell takes his place on the bench. Hopefully he'll be okay. As we restart, and a foot violation is the call. And it will be a Gloucester ball. 6:11 to go in this Division 2 final. Of course, keep it locked here on the Basketball England YouTube channel tomorrow. London Cavaliers against Anglia Ruskin in the WNBL1 final, and then Solent Kestrels against the Worcester Wolves brings the 25-26 season to a close. Radcliffe to McArdle. McArdle, beautiful footwork, can't get the finish though.
Yeah, strong interior defense again by the Wolves. Not making it easy inside.
Daly, another three for Kane Daly. 9 triples for Kane Daly.
Yeah, absolutely electric, pushes his personal up to 39.
Davis. A three-pointer is no good. Ball is loose. Cascade-Davis comes up with it, and here is Davis again.
Trying to go into McArdle inside. Again, another turnover for the Kings.
Well, one thing from memory is Kane Daly has 39 points, and back in 2023 in the NBL Division 3 final, as Daly drives easily to the hoop but blows the layup. Kane Daly with 9 three-pointers. Blaine Freckleton made 10 three-pointers for the MK Breakers in the Div 3 final in 2023. That's something to shoot for. Cascade-Davis a three, that's short. Pinnock rebounds. Pinnock looking for help, finds it in Matthews. 4:30 to play, 9 on the shot clock. There is Daly, the extra pass. Pinnock a three, no. Adekunle with his 5th rebound of the contest. And now Pinnock tries again and succeeds. No, he doesn't. Adekunle can't get the follow. Well, there's a lid on the basket for Oaklands right now.
Yeah, ways to generate extra possessions. Good rebounding, but just couldn't put it in.
As the ball is loose, that'll go out of bounds, and Oaklands will retain or get possession back. Good hustle there from Lewis Radcliffe, but just couldn't hang on to the handle. Adekunle comes out, as does Spencer Matthews. Adekunle comes in for Oaklands, as does Gavin Mitchell.
Yeah, talking about having a lid on the basket. It's been a very low-scoring quarter for the Oakland Wolves compared to their first 3 quarters. Only 5 points.
As our moisture technician just doing the job well there. Got to give it up for all the Basketball England staff and volunteers here in Manchester. That year in, year out, work hard behind the scenes to produce a quality product. As Kane Daly is fouled. And I think that'll be on Mercado. And that'll be his 3rd foul. And a steal, Mercado with the steal and the finish.
Yeah, good for Mercado. He's working hard, being disruptive.
There is Daly, the floater. 41 points. Well, Taylor Johnson had 41 points in the National Cup final for Hemel a couple of years back. As Mercado can't get the friendly bounce. Daly exploding to the basket, and he'll have a chance for 42 and 43 points now.
Yeah, some of those names you've mentioned here, Taylor Johnson, some big name players, and Kane Daly's obviously right up there with them right now. Big 41 points for this Oakland Wolves team.
Well, he's already surpassed Solent Kestrel's guard Ian Smith back in the COVID season. He had 39 points in the Division 1 playoff final. We did look around the statistics to see what the record was. We haven't actually got the history for that. That's something we need to work on, I guess. Daly makes the first. But Kane Daly certainly up there with the top performances in playoff finals folklore, as he now moves on to 43 points. Daniel Kostadinov will come in, and Kane Daly will head to the bench. A standing ovation for Kane Daly with the Oaklands Wolves bench. And Kostadinov, who hit 9 points, 3 3-pointers in the final 2 minutes of the 3rd period, comes on. Here is Atenciana. Finds Davis a 3 and gets it to go.
Yeah, a young Oakland Wolves team out here right now, showcasing the talent of their academy.
McIntosh loses the handle, but keeps the ball. Liam McIntosh, under-17 Player of the Year in the EABL South this season. 14 points a game. Really lost the ball there, but keeps it. 7 to shoot. Ball is loose, McIntosh has it. Shot clock down to 3. Kostadinov driving inside, misses everything. And Davis comes up with the loose change. 23 points for Roosevelt Davis in this contest. As Farrell, a rainbow 3, is short. And it will be an Oakland's possession. 2:13 to play. Despite being up big, Liam Jefferson still barking instructions to his Wolves side. No doubt it'll be a happy trip home to St Albans tonight for his side, as Gavin Mitchell will go to the foul line for Oakland's. Under 2 to play, and Oakland's Wolves look set to inflict a first loss of the season on the Gloucester City Kings in the biggest game in Division 2.
Yeah, it's been an impressive showing by the Wolves, obviously keeping their perfect record. But I think the Gloucester City Kings, showed heart, showed fight all the way through to this end here.
And Gavin Mitchell, the man from West Dunbartonshire, buries the second. As McCardle can't get that to go. Here is Gladstone attacking, and Gladstone, he'll go to the line for a couple. And right now, Oakland's Wolves are not taking their foot off the gas. They are going full throttle right now, and Gladstone fouled there by Atenciana. As you saw there on the replay, grabbing him on the wrist. That'll be 3 fouls on Gabby Atenciana, as Dylan Gladstone backs home the first free throw. A lefty, Dylan Gladstone, actually came to the Oakland's Wolves from the international school in Riyadh in Saudi Arabia. Honed his skills in the kingdom. Atenciana loses the handle, and here is Gladstone. They have numbers, the lob, and Gladstone can't get the finish. Kostadinov steps into a 3. That's off the back iron. Gladstone nearly got the offensive rebound and nearly hit the rim for his troubles.
I don't think Coach Liam Jefferson was too worried about the missed lob attempt there.
As Davis misses the 3, and we are coming to the final minute. Both teams still playing hard. A blocking foul on Davis. That'll be his 3rd foul. And that'll be 2 shots for Liam McIntosh. You see the replay here. And as he was coming down, Davis in the facility there and not allowing him to plant his feet as Spencer Matthews checks in. As Laura Adakile will come out, and it looks like he'll be checking out for the final time as Liam Jefferson embraces his veteran number 6. As McIntosh hits the first. Well, it's just Spencer Matthews now to complete the scoring for Oakland. He's the only one that hasn't registered a point so far. McIntosh 2 for 2.
I think that shows how talented and deep this program is. 11 of the 12 players on the scoring books.
McCardle nearly got the tip dunk there. And now they're actually calling for Spencer Matthews to get the ball. Matthews to the basket, and he'll go to the line, and listen to the roar from the Oakland's bench. As Spencer Matthews, playing to his strengths, has a chance now to put all 12 Oakland's players on the score sheet. Well, Barking Abbey did it earlier, didn't they? All 12 of their players got points.
Yeah, you can see almost great sense of camaraderie between the teams. All the guys up on the bench cheering them on. You can get the sense this is a real team win. It's not an individual, a team full of individuals. It's a team.
As Matthews hits it, all 12 players now on the score sheet, and the Oakland's Wolves bench erupt as one. 34.9 to play in this final. And Oakland's Wolves will cruise, it must be said, to a Division 2 playoff title. But let's give it up for Gloucester City Kings. A great season for them. First loss of the season in a very competitive Pool C. They really have done very well, and as we mentioned, in such a short space of time, Jay Marriott has led the Kings to a final 5.5 years after founding the club. They'll come up short today, but they can certainly go back to Gloucester with their heads held high and will rebound for next season. Here is Farrell driving to the basket, and there's McArdle on the follow.
Yeah, still playing right until the very end.
But time will tick down. Perfection, flawless. That defines the Oaklands Wolves, Division 2 champions. Congratulations to the men in black. They've earned it, and they will celebrate tonight. Congratulations to Liam Jefferson and his crew. A perfect season, unblemished, untouched. 122-76. A dominant victory for the Oaklands Wolves here today.
Yeah, super impressive. Obviously the whole team all in scoring. But I think we've got to talk about Kane Daly.
Yeah.
43 points. An impressive three-point shooting performance from him. 7 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals to go along with it.
Well, he fell 1 3-pointer short of Blaine Freckleton's 10 3-pointer mark in 2023, but 9 of 12, 75%, 73% from the field, as you say, 43 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, and a couple of steals. I think we could safely say MVP honours going to him. However, we won't know that until the presentation ceremony begins. Matthew Dizu chucking in 21 points, a double-double for Reese Pinnock, 19 points, 12 assists. As you see Jay Marriott and Liam Jefferson exchanging handshakes at the end. But while we celebrate the Oaklands Wolves victory, you've got to give it up to the Gloucester City Kings. Nothing to be ashamed of. It wasn't to be their day, but lots to look forward to and a great future ahead for a fantastic franchise led by Jay Marriott.
Yeah, like you said, obviously such a new franchise, but to get to a final, to win obviously their pool, their league, it's been a really impressive season for such a new franchise.
But it's all about the Oaklands Wolves. Hopefully we can get a shot of them as we see the few of the Oaklands Wolves fans there. There they are. Oh, they're going to party well tonight, going back to St Albans. As we get the presentation ceremony underway, as Rob Fairley and Matt Juden will collect the runners-up medals and present them to the Gloucester City Kings.
Referees and the Basketball England staff, thank you very much for your support. And now we present to you your 2026 NBL Division 2 playoff runners-up. Please show some appreciation for the Gloucester City Kings.
As the Gloucester City Kings collect their runners-up medals. A great season for them. Of course, Jay Marriott, the Coach of the Year in Division 2 Pool C. Carl Teasdale, the Division 2 Pool C Player of the Year. However, he was fouled out with 1:07 to play in the second period. Certainly not the fairy tale ending that he would have wanted. But lots to look forward to for this still very young franchise. And the winners' medals now to be collected by the Oaklands Wolves. Daniel Kostadinov there. What a second half he had, especially in the latter stages of the third quarter. And for Reese Pinnock, in familiar territory, he won the treble with Reading Rockets last season before obviously the breakaway from the NBL to the newly formed British Championship Basketball. Reese Pinnock staying in the NBL, going to Oaklands and collecting a Division 2 medal in his decorated career. As the EABL Stars collect their winners' medals as well. But as you say, it all was led today by Kane Daly, who had 30-point explosion against the Sussex Bears in that semi-final a couple of weeks back, and today 43 points, 9 of 12 from downtown, 7 boards, 5 assists and 2 steals.
And now we present to you your NBL Division 2 playoff.
And the MVP. Any chances, any guesses there, Louis?
I would have to go with Kane Daly.
I think they even know it.
2 steals and just 43.
Only 43 points. Just another day at the office for Kane Daly. What a showing from him today. Deservedly MVP. There was only really going to be one, wasn't there?
Yeah, absolutely unbelievable performance. Obviously led this Oakland Wolves team. And the 3-point barrage, 9 from 12, so impressive.
And now there's one trophy left to collect, as Laurie Adekele will come up, and the winner's plaque. As the Oaklands Wolves will collect and lift the Division 2 Playoff Championship. Congratulations to the Oaklands Wolves. And that's a way to bring day one to a close. Of course, tomorrow it is the WNBL Division 1 final between the London Cavaliers and Angela Ruskin, and the NBL Division 1 final between the Solent Kestrels and the Worcester Wolves. And in just a moment, we will be grabbing Kane Daly and head coach Liam Jefferson, as Oaklands go to their supporters here in Manchester. As Isha Naya now will be courtside in just a second. But just finally, a great performance and a great end to the season, Louis, for Oaklands.
Yeah, obviously, it's so difficult to win the league, but let alone to go undefeated. And for such an impressive showing in this final, you know, credit to the Oakland Wolves.
Well, from disappointment in the quarterfinals, where they won by a forfeit against Brent, to a hard-fought victory against the Sussex Storm in the semi-finals, they cap it off with a 122-76 win over the Gloucester City Kings. And Isha is courtside with Liam Jefferson.
Thanks, John. Yeah, I'm here now courtside with Oakland's head coach Liam Jefferson. Liam, how does it feel to get that win?
Amazing. I said to the guys beforehand, we just needed to be the best version of us today. We've had a hell of a season, and I knew that if we competed and performed at our potential, then we were going to be a handful for them. And I mean, there was a moment around halftime, I kind of just spoke to assistant coaches and were like, this is the best we've played all year, and a hell of a game to turn up and do it. And I'm so proud of the guys. Genuinely just a little lost for words. It's so cool.
I mean, you guys put on a great performance, but you're up by quite a large margin for the majority of that game. So what are we saying to the guys to keep them going despite being up by so many?
Just keep next possession mentality. Like that's been what we've preached all year, and we all know, right, anything can happen in a final, so no lead is safe. At 30-40, we started to get a little complacent at times, but yeah, I keep reminding these guys to play free and play our brand of basketball, and hopefully they put on a hell of a show for everyone that's watching.
Yeah, so I mean, in that game, you were able to manage to rotate like through your whole bench. and everybody has managed to contribute to that scoring. So for you, is it more about the player development or for the winning, or is it a bit of both?
It's both, right? And I think if you take care of player development and you do all the right things with trying to grow and improve on a daily basis, then the winning takes care of itself. And testament to all of these players, they've embraced that on just a day-to-day basis, and they've really got after it. And yeah, I'm so proud of them. Yeah,
you should be. I mean, I'll leave you now. I'll let you go and celebrate. Really good job on the win. You guys played amazing. Yeah, go enjoy it.
Thank you so much. And thank you to everybody as you always do, especially my man John Hobbs.
Thank you.
Thanks, Liam. And in just a moment, Kane Daly will take the headset. And Isha is now courtside with the Division 2 playoff final MVP, Kane Daly.
Thanks, John. Yeah, no, I'm here now courtside of MVP Kane Daly. So 43 points, 9 from 12 from the three-point line. How does it feel to be able to be taking home that MVP?
Well, I'm just proud of my team. This is something that we've wanted for the start of the season. It's a goal that we had, and for me to be able to perform like this at the biggest stage, it obviously feels well, but I'm just happy for my team, really.
To the final, finally finish off the job. So taking home that win, taking home the plaque, how does it feel to be taking it home?
This is just a summary of the season, you know, obviously going undefeated. We really wanted to finish it off, put the cherry on top coming in here. And yeah, it feels really good to be able to just finish that and give our coach as well what he wanted as well, so it feels good.
Imagine. What are you guys going to do to celebrate now? What are the plans?
I don't know if I can say that kind of information, yeah, but yeah, we'll definitely get some food and chill, you know, just reminisce on a good season, really, you know. Yeah.
Really good job on the win. Hope you enjoy the win, and yeah, just go in and just celebrate.
Thank you.
Thank you, Isha. Get some food and chill out when you've just won a Div 2 playoff. Come on, Kane. As we look at the highlights of what has been a good afternoon for the Oaklands Wolves. 122-76 victors over the Gloucester City Kings to wrap up day one. Keep it locked here, though, on the Basketball England YouTube channel. Tomorrow, it'll be the London Cavaliers against Angela Ruskin, and then Solent against Worcester in the NBL Division 1 final. There are your final stats as the Oaklands Wolves comfortable in the Division 2 final. But Gloucester City Kings, a great season for them, and no doubt they will be back. My thanks to Louis Weaver, my thanks to Kaz Bullock and Isha Naya. I've been John Hobbs. Good night, everybody. There is Pinnock inside, kitchen the easy finish. And again, another technical foul has been called. And away comes Pinnock for the Wolves. The lob, Dizu, lovely touch pass. And Kane Daly is there. Pinnock wanted the highlight play, but Dizu unselfishly passes it to Daly for two.
Yeah.
Dizu, the open man, a three.
As you say, the on-ball defense, the Wolves here. Yeah, the Kings.
And a steal as well. And Dizu back-to-back throwdowns.
The Kings are falling into what the Wolves want them to do.
Kunle thought better of it, but Oakland's turned the ball over. And the finish at the other end by Lewis Radcliffe. Kunle. Matthew Dizu again, puts in a three. 7 quick points for Matthew Dizu. He now moves on to 21 points. As Spencer Matthews, playing to his strengths, has a chance now to put all 12 Oakland's players on the score sheet. To the men in black. They've earned it. And they will celebrate tonight. Congratulations to Liam Jefferson and his crew. A perfect season, unblemished, untouched. 122-76. A dominant victory for the Oaklands Wolves here today.
Yeah, super impressive. Obviously the whole team all in scoring. But I think we've got to talk about Kane Daly.
Yeah.
43 points. And then
as the Oaklands Wolves will collect and lift the Division 2 playoff championship. Congratulations